We'd like to welcome our Western Michigan Broncos, and we'll let them get seated, and we'll go ahead and let head coach Shane Klippel open with a opening statement before we take questions for our student athletes. Coach?
Yeah, gosh, I thought our team came out of the gates with as good a energy and as good as mentality as we've had in a long time for a really tall task to try and keep that Ball State team under wraps. And I couldn't be happier for our team. I thought they played as hard as they possibly could. We kind of survived a little stretch there where we kind of got rattled for a little bit, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But our defensive heart from the beginning, I thought, set the tone, and I didn't think it really ever changed throughout the game.
Okay, questions for our student athletes?
Naj, if you just kind of want to talk about getting off to a hot start, shooting threes at the beginning of the first half and at the second half.
Well, I'm kind of coming off a game where I was had a cold hand, and every time I step on the court, I have five people, 5 teammates telling me, shoot the ball. If you get it, you're open, shoot the ball. Coach Shane's always, shoot the ball, shoot the ball. So, I just got out, shot the ball, and, once I got hot, it kind of just kept going, and my team kept encouraging me to shoot.
Brianna and Deja, second half you had the lead. It was comfortable, obviously, with nearly 20 points, but kind of got down to about 8 points there with about 3-4 minutes to go. Just talk about that intensity of the pressure they brought and being able to withstand that in the second half.
They're a really tough team, obviously. We saw that. But like our coach said, our defense is what did it for us. We were able to maintain them. I think they brought it down to 11, but I don't think it got closer than that. So it's just our fight and not wanting them to get any closer. We knew we still had a comfortable lead, but not a lead to where we could just coast through the rest of the game. So it was definitely our defense that definitely brought us through.
Brianna, if you just want to talk about kind of the underdog mentality that Western Michigan is bringing into this year's tournament.
I just feel like we have a point to prove to the MAC that, we can't be a team that's taken for granted. And we're just showing our unity together, all we have is each other, and that's what we're playing for is each other.
Deja, for whatever reason, they always say it's tough to beat a team 3 times in a year. They obviously got you guys the first 2. What was different, particularly, just about this matchup or this time around, or scouting them a third time, and what you saw this time that was different?
Like Bree just said, we had a point to prove. We felt like we got snubbed in a couple things this season, and it was just our fight and 1-2 to really win this game. We switched up the matchups a little bit, and that definitely helped us a lot. But I think as a team, we came out firing. Our bench, they were amazing. They've been amazing all year, but they were amazing for us. They helped us talk wherever. They always brought us that little extra energy that we needed. So it was definitely one of those games where we knew we had to prove that we were the better team and that we could come out and do it, and we did, and I'm so proud of my team for that one. That was a really great win for us. So.
Talk about the quick start, first quarter, right out of the gate. We
talked about how we need to do that because in the first 2 matchups with them, they came out with us, I think, in both games they came out 16-4, 16-2, something like that. So we knew if we got started early that we could keep going and keep building on that. So we just want to come out strong, and that's what we did.
Ladies, we'll let you get back to the locker room now.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll let Coach Klippel remain for a few more questions, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach, so obviously 3-point shooting was a big part of your guys' game tonight. I mean, was that part of the strategy or something that just kind of developed as you guys started off strong?
No, I think it unfolded that way. I mean, Najee is a proven shooter. It kind of looked like it got contagious. Lala, who doesn't shoot very many of them, made one. Marley made at least one, maybe 2. So it's not, no, we don't run a lot of plays necessarily to get 3-point shots for people like Lala or Marley. But very comfortable. Marley has been shooting the ball down the stretch quite well at the arc as well. And I think it just became a confidence situation, and the basket was bigger today than it was maybe normally. But I think over the last 4 or 5 games, though, our shooting, if you went back and looked at our stats over the last 4 games, you would see that we've been shooting it pretty good.
Shane, game plan-wise, what did you do differently the first 2 times versus today, and what worked defensively kind of keeping them away and kind of shutting them down and
Yeah,
squashing a hot start?
I'll be the first to admit I think Ball State missed some shots that they would probably say, boy, we usually make those. I don't discount that at all. So I think we were the recipient of some of that. But I do believe our mentality and our fight kind of got them maybe a little bit going backwards. And then when we got off to the shooting start, I think they thought they would weather it and get through it. But I think at that point our kids had so much confidence they thought they could stop anybody. We did change our matchups and putting Deja Wimby on Mariah, which on paper makes no sense whatsoever. It's 5'6" against 6'1", and it just didn't make sense. But Deja's a heck of a defender, and I'm not sure why she got left off the all-defensive team, by the way. But she said she could do it, and she did. I mean, I thought she got flustered. I think some of what that did too was made them start focusing on trying to get her the ball down on the block, and maybe that took away from their normal flow. I don't know that to be true or not, but and I think she just struggled. I think she had a tough game, which we needed that to happen too. The other thing to fully answer that was I thought our defensive transition was way better than it was in either of our first two matchups. So we took away some of their quick strike ability, and that's pretty hard to do.
Coach, you guys forced them into more turnovers than they had assists, which is pretty rare. What can you say about the tenacity on the defensive end and kind of how they were able to shut down passing lanes out there?
Yeah, I think that's exactly was really a mentality. I mean, I think we're a pretty good defensive team today. I thought we had a little edge to us. I thought we had a little more bounce in our step. I thought we had a little more mentality of we're going to make this happen one way or the other. And we didn't put them at the free throw line, I don't think. I'm trying to think back in my head, and I haven't looked at the stats or studied them, but I don't think we put them at the free throw line too many times, which we kind of struggle with defensively at times. But I really believe it was a mentality. I think it was how hard we were playing. I think we got to a lot of the 50-50 balls. We had people willing to dive on the floor, and I thought we did a good job of plugging gaps in situations, which we were able to create a couple turnovers that way too. But I'm just going to say it was a lot of predetermined mentality of going into it. They came here to really put up a fight.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.